What's up, everyone? We're doing some F1 24 today. We're doing career mode, so hope you guys enjoy. Forgot where we left off on career mode, but we'll see in a minute. So we left off on round 11 out of 24.
Okay, mate, I'm pleased to say that our new parts have come through without any issue, so they'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
Looks like we're going into Red Bull Ring here. Australian Grand Prix. Or Austria, I mean. Sorry about that.
Stop it. It's okay.
Set into practice one here.
Welcome along to the Red Bull Ring. Breathe in that fresh alpine air. The hills are alive with the sound of F1. It's practice time here in Austria.
Alright. Get this session info real quick.
They told you about the new parts that have come in from the factory, right? Well, they're all fitted and good to go. I hope they do the trick.
Looks like it's going to be dry for 10 minutes in this practice session. And have hard tires on. Alright. Let's go up to the track.
Okay, track's green right now, so take a few laps to get the tyres up to temp and get yourself in the zone. Okay, just want to remind you to keep an eye on your tyre temperatures, which you can do on the temperature panel of the MFD. You monitor car temperature and surface temperature, and you'll get the best performance when they're both inside a normal operating window. Surface temps tend to fluctuate faster, so try a few laps with the temperature open and get a feel for how to control them. There's debris on the tyres. This is going to cause reduced grip to make clear.
All right, we'll be tired from this. Pretty good in practice. So, I think practice session 2 here. read the chat real quick. What's up? You wanna be monkey? How you doing, man? Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Hope you guys are streaming some F124 today.
What an incredible practice session that was. Join us again as the rest of the weekend unfolds.
Second was 1 minute 11 second. Third 1 minute 12 seconds. 1 minute 12. 1 minute 12. 1 minute 12. 1 minute 12. A minute 12 seconds. My teammate got a 1 minute 13 seconds. Everyone else 1:30. Good, just meeting around in NASCAR 25. Actually, this is qualifying now. Sprint qualifying. We have one shot. Then we have sprint qualifying. One shot's gonna be in the rain and the sprint.
High up in the mountains here at Spielberg, it's time for qualifying on what will be the fastest laps of the season. Stand by for qualifying at the Austrian Grand Prix.
All right, let's go on out to the track. We're on soft tires right now, so pretty good tires. Yeah, first fastest. So it'll be into our qualifying session 2 now. Second, guys. Looks like my dad's messaging me real quick. So I'm gonna check this. All right. Well, looks like we're heading into spring for see how we can do here. Track's gonna be slick.
Well, the weather is not looking good today. We're expecting the downpours to continue. Very tricky conditions for all the teams. It's a short lap here in Spielberg with just 10 corners, so to the right and 3 to the left, making up a total distance of 2.6 miles. And expect to see a lot of cars running wide today, especially through the last corner, as the wet conditions make the cars skittish through the downhill sections. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Alex Albon lines up alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, Oscar Piastri, Sainz, Russell, Hamilton, Hulkenberg, Joe, Perez, Stroll, Magnussen, Sonoda, Ricardo, Gasly, Ocon, Bottas, and Logan Sargent. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out. And alongside me today, former Formula One driver and former world champion too. See, told you I'll give you a big intro. Anthony Davidson, hello. Well, they say that a change is as good as a rest, and whilst there's not much rest on show in the sprint format today, there's definitely a change to what we're usually seeing on the track. Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. Fair to say they've got the better of them more often than not.
Yeah, they have, and it's rule number one: beat your teammate. They're the one that share the same equipment as you. And yes, the cars can vary and set up from race to race, depending on who has which style. But essentially, they're your barometer. If you can beat them, that's the first job you have to do. And it looks like it's going their way, doesn't it? So they need to carry on this momentum, this energy through the rest of the season.
All right. Let's go for balance setup. Yeah. That should be good. All right. See how we can do.
Okay, we're monitoring somewhere on internal combustion engine. Be aware that we're going to start to see a loss of power.
My car didn't want to turn there.
Great work. That's a new fastest lap of the race. Final lap. Final lap. Push, push. Oh, really nice. Good job. Amazing.
Well, that's an end to the sprint action. Next up, we'll set the grid for the Grand Prix. So we'll see you next time.
What's up, Dad? One shot qualifying here under the rain, so it should be interesting. Then we have 5 laps of no rain.
High up in the mountains here at Spielberg, qualifying for what will be the fastest laps of the season. Stand by for qualifying at the Austrian Grand Prix.
are a little less blurry. That's why I blocked the camera for a second. It's gonna be wet, so I don't know if I should put on wet tires or not. I mean, it's recommending international, so this will head on outside traffic Dad, girl was close. Yeah, I saw your message. I just didn't respond because I was in a race. That sucks that the stores are closed though. Alright, we'll advance here to the race. 5 laps. Austrian.
Okay, you can't be out here because of this. I must go towards the bathroom. Was out. Come on, move out of the way, dog. Don't touch anything, okay? That's you.
No. Powell. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get away. Get it all. That actually kind of work there. They're gonna just run away. Is that better? Alright. But let's see what we can do.
Welcome from the beautiful Styrian Mountains for another chapter in the story of the Austrian Grand Prix.
Subscribe if you're new here. Check out some of our other videos as well. We're on the road to 3,000 subscribers. So,
The Spielberg circuit then is situated 700 meters above sea level, with just 10 corners making up one of the shortest laps of the season. One time around here is a distance of around 2.6 miles, with the best overtaking into turn 1 for the tight uphill of turn 3.
Welcome in.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race.
All right, let's look at the starting grid.
Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday and he'll start from pole position. Edging out Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, Hamilton, Oscar Piastri, Russell, Perez, Sainz, Gasly,
Every Russian
Stroll, Sonoda,
don't talk with them.
Ocon, Hulkenberg,
Yeah.
Ricardo, Bottas,
Alright, yeah. I
Magnussen,
got you.
Albon, Joe, and Logan Sun. And now it's time to head down to the track. And alongside me today, a man small in stature but big on comments, Anthony Davidson. Hello. Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. Fair to say they've got the better of them more often than not.
Yeah, they have. And rule number one: beat your teammate. They're the one that share the same equipment as you. And yes, the cars can vary and set up from race to race, and depending on who has which style. But essentially, they're your barometer, the yardstick. If you can beat them, that's the first job you have to do. And it looks like it's going their way, doesn't it? And they need to carry on this momentum, this energy through the rest of the season.
Alright, let's do going with a balance setup here.
Monitoring some wear on the internal combustion engine. Be aware that we can see a loss of power. DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS That's the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done. Okay, Max. Right, we've got some clear track in front of us, so let's make best use of it and make the next lap a quick one. You got this. Great stuff, mate. You hit the target well there. Nice one. It's a long way to go in this race, though, so keep your head down. Okay, mate, final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home.
Nice. Got first. We dominated that one. I got took
Victory and a champion's performance from Max Verstappen.
A great display of dominance today by this driver. They led from lights out to the flag at the end. Then every lap of the race. Brilliant stuff by them. And excited to see what more they can do in future races.
Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job recently. And it's good to see that they put in the work. And they should be so proud of the victory they secured here.
Hope everyone's having a good day. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. If you guys haven't already, make sure to smash the like button, comment, subscribe. Check out some of our other videos as well. Definitely have a lot of videos on this channel. So this channel if you want. We posted some new shorts on our channel, so go check out the new shorts as well. Let me read the chat real quick. In the chat, so that's good.
And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. With more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
Appreciate you guys are awesome. Gonna advance here. See what truck we have coming up.
Ooh. Tell me she's not. You will eat the damn shit. Don't eat the poop. Don't eat the poop.
Alright,
Wrong with you?
what's it next here? We wanted to for this Grand Prix here, Silverstone Circuit.
Yeah, what's up, dog?
Yeah, there.
One round 12 out of 24. There's 24 rounds total. We may try to complete them all today.
Don't eat the
See what happens. Probably play some Fortnite with my dad here in a little bit though. Stream. So stay tuned for that.
Hey, no more hooking on it. No more cousins.
It's great to be home, the home of so many of the teams and drivers. Welcome to Silverstone. Practice on the way next.
There'll be a lack of rubber out on track, so take it easy for the first couple of laps. Okay, test complete, and that was a really good job indeed. You got a lot of valuable information out of that. Well done.
Alright. Looks like we're pretty good, so we're gonna advance here.
And if today's practice is anything to go by, we're in for an exceptional weekend of Formula One.
Go. Here we go.
Looks like we're heading into practice session 2 here. See how we can do it in practice session 2.
Round and round. Round and round. Round and round.
Like we're gonna be rest of this session. That's good. Alright. This practice session here.
Round and round.
Let's try to get some.
Round.
Solid laps here to help us calculate a good race strategy. Program complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so coming back to the carriage, I can take you through the numbers. And that's it. Practice is officially over. Until next time, goodbye.
They're heading to practice session 3 here.
don't crash the car just yet. Still breathe. Try to take it easy for the first couple of laps.
Seems like we're pretty good, so we'll head into qualifying.
Sadly, it's time to say goodbye as free practice is over. However, we'll be back shortly more Formula One action.
One shot. 5 laps.
Welcome along, everybody, to a venue that was built now one of the finest racetracks in the world. It's qualifying day here at Silverstone for the British Grand Prix.
All right. But we got first fastest. So we'll be starting on the 12th for the race. 5 laps of the race. Then we'll advance to another track.
With qualifying complete, all that remains now is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
All right. Let's advance here. Head into the race now. Sorry about the dogs barking in the background. They're just playing.
Join us in the United Kingdom
Happy
today, or
Thanksgiving, bro.
Great Britain, as it's alternatively known. Well, it's certainly a great day today, as we welcome you to one of the crown jewels of British sports,
Hope
a
you're having
track
a
of
good day
speed,
today.
history, and
Let's
drama.
join some F1
It's
24.
Silverstone. It's the British Grand Prix.
Yeah, man.
The
Happy
3.6
Thanksgiving.
mile long Silverstone circuit is one of the longest of the season, with 18 corners in the current layout. With average lap speeds reaching around 145 miles per hour, it's also one of the quickest tracks of the year. Watch out for cars taking the right-handers of Abbey and of Cobbs flat out. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Lando Norris lines up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Russell, Hamilton, Leclerc, Sainz, Perez, Fernando Alonso, Stroll, Albon, Gasly, Ricciardo, Sonoda, Bottas, Ocon, Hulkenberg, Magnussen, Oscar Piastri, Joe, and Logan Sargent. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. And alongside me today is someone who needs no introduction, but I'll try anyway. It's Anne Davidson. Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. Fair to say they've got the better of them more often than not.
Yeah, they have. And it's, rule number one, beat your teammate. They're the one that share the same equipment as you. And yes, the cars can vary and set up from race to race and depending on who has which style. But essentially, they're your barometer, the yardstick. If you can beat them, that's the first job you have to do. And it looks like it's going their way, doesn't it? And they need to carry on this momentum, this energy through the rest of the season.
Okay, as you know, this is the team's home race, which means it's extra important for everybody in this team. They've got friends here, they've got family here, they're all in the grandstands watching. So let's go and put on the good show for them. Okay, we're monitoring somewhere on the internal combustion engine. Be aware that we're going to start to see a loss of power.
Alright, guys. I reconnected the stream, so hopefully we're back. I'm not sure what was going on there, though. It says that my internet was good, but the stream seems like it disconnected. But we're gonna keep it going here. At least do a 2-hour stream. Probably do this race and then end the stream. But I appreciate everyone that was here. You guys are awesome. If you haven't already, make sure to smash like button, comment, subscribe. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Hopefully you guys are spending time with family or doing whatever you guys do on Thanksgiving. Usually.
What an incredible practice session that was. But the fun doesn't stop here, though. Join us again as the rest of the weekend unfolds.
Hopefully we're back on the stream. Not really sure. Someone let me know, though. Sorry about that, guys. Didn't know the stream went out. Looks like we're back for now. Alright. Let's advance here. Alright. practice session 3.
Okay, track's green right now, so take a few laps to get the tyres up to temp and get yourself in the zone. Okay, just want to remind you to keep an eye on your tyre temperatures, which you can do on the temperature panel of the MFD. We monitor carcass temperature and surface temperature, and you'll get the best performance when they're both inside a normal operating window. Surface temps tend to fluctuate faster, so try a few laps with the data open and get a feel to control them.
Alright, I'm heading to qualify here.
And if today's practice is anything to go by, we're in for an exceptional weekend of Formula One.
Alright, heading into one shot qualify here. Yeah. Appreciate everyone that was here though. You guys are awesome. Sorry for the delay on the stream. Not sure exactly what happened there, but we're back. Qualifying here in the 5 laps of the race. If you guys haven't already, make sure to smash like button, comment, subscribe. Check out some of our other videos as well. And happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. Guys eat a lot of food. Have fun.
No pit stops, no strategy. It's all about the pace today. Qualifying day here at the Hungaroring for the Hungarian Grand Prix.
So we're gonna be on soft tires here. We're running maximum downforce. I'm not sure. Seems to be working, but usually I go with a balance setup for this, where I do maximum top speed at some tracks. Depends what track it is, though. Some tracks you want more downforce, some tracks you want more top speed. Not when I Second lap, first fastest in qualifying, so we're heading into the race. 5 laps, so
Goodbye for
yeah,
now
we
then,
can
but
do.
really, we're just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
Looks like I got the fastest lap for 1 minute 20 seconds. Lando Norris got second for 1 minute and 22 seconds. Third, Charles got 1 minute 22 seconds. Everyone else 1 minute 22 seconds. 1 minute 23 seconds. It's advanced here, the race. 5 laps. Let's see how we can do. After this race, I'll probably call the stream. Alright. Let's go into the race now. 5 laps. Here we go.
Race day in Budapest as we get ready for another round of Formula One action. Not expecting too many retirements in this circuit. There are plenty of current and former drivers with flawless finish rates here. In particular, Will Schumacher, who made it across the line in all 10 of his Hungarian Grand Prix starts. We're northeast of Budapest for today's race at the 2.7-mile Hungaroring circuit. 14 corners here, 8 to the right and 6 to the left, on a track where downforce is king and passing is notoriously difficult. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. Edging out Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Russell, Oscar Piastri, Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Hamilton, Perez, Stroll, Albon, Gasly, Sonoda, Hulkenberg, Ocon, Ricardo, Bottas, Magnussen, Joe, and Logan Sargent. Now it's almost time for Lights Out, so let's go down to the track. And alongside me for this afternoon commentary, Naomi Schiff. Good afternoon, mate. Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. Fair to say, we've got the better of them more often than not.
Yes, for sure. It is never nice to be on a teammate battle, to be the one not winning. For the driver who is on the upper hand, it's a real confidence boost because, as you know, the first job in Formula One is to beat your teammates. It is a team sport, but at the end of the day, that's the only driver on the grid that's got equal equipment to use. So it's the best indication of how you're doing. So for them, it's going to be a real confidence boost.
Right, I know you're hot in the cockpit, but your tires are going to be even hotter. You're going to have to work extra hard today to keep them cool.
Alright. Let's head into this race, see how we can do.
engine, be aware that we're going to start to see a loss of power. DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car end and in the DRS zone. Okay, we're reaching a danger point with the wear on the M.E.Racing. Overheating the engine will exacerbate the issue, so keep temps under control, please. You're pushing too hard. It's causing your gearbox to take increased wear. Just be careful. Okay, Max, we've got some clear track around us now, so let's use it and make this next lap a quick one. Let's go. Yeah, really good job on hitting that target, mate. Nice work. Still a long way to go, though. Okay, we're looking at some gearbox wear, so try to keep the number of shifts to a minimum, please. race. Final lap. There was no Verstappen. Max Verstappen. He takes victory.
And it's one thing to win like that in total dominant style. That was a fantastic drive and has not one to see very often.
Red Bull puts up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sport that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action, and I can't wait to see what's next.
Alright, guys. Probably gonna end the stream after that one. But I appreciate everyone that was here. You guys are awesome. If you haven't already, hit your smash like button. Good. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Hope everyone has a great day. Alright, see you guys. Peace.